Hey guys, welcome back. It's D with these tackle box. I got a couple of lures here. Of course, my favorite brand, Heddon. I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about the differences in these suckers. So that way, when you're out there doing your thing, picking your lures, finding those things at garage sales, flea markets, all that kind of stuff, you know what to look for, and that way it can save you some bucks or make you some bucks. Check it out. We got a couple of Heddons and the Lucky 13s, and I wanted to show y'all the differences between some of these because that can mean the difference between $5-10 lure and something like 40 50 $60 and up. A lot of you guys go out there and find these lures and post them up, and we see them all the time, and they look awesome. There's a lot of them that have cool features and everything, but they don't command the exact prices that you see people asking on eBay. We want to talk to you guys about that and show you, and that way, when you're out there looking and you find something like this one, for example, we got here a Heddon Lucky 13. This sucker's made of wood, and it kind of looks like you would look at it and think it's a plastic lure because it's sprayed on the eyeball, but this was actually a wooden lure. You can see the. Let me see if I can show y'all a little bit close up. Let's see if you can see the wood grain. Ah, damn. There you go. Well, kind of hard to see it, but there it's a little bit visible in the correct light. But this sucker right here has the eye painted on, and you can see that's going to be your 80s, I believe. The last time that these were made, or 70s. And then we got here like this guy. You would think, oh man, well this one's got to be a lot older because it's a glass eye. But look at the hardware on it. You see, this is your Lucky 13 as well, but the hardware is surface hardware for the head. So these, compared to these, don't differ a lot. Maybe about 10 years or so in between. This one would be probably late 60s. This one would be your 70s, 74, something like that. I can't remember. I got to look at the books. But when you take a look at this one, and you notice that it's got the glass eye, and it's got the and I said eye because the other one's missing. But it's got that surface hardware. You can you can still get I don't know, 15, $20 for these, as opposed to these, which go for like $8 to $10 on eBay. If you get lucky, you can find some that'll be cheap enough. But then you got something like this one with the glass eyes. Of course, this one has been repainted, so it's not as valuable. But look at the hardware on this guy. Same as this guy with the glass eyes. This one's got surface hardware. This one has a two-piece hardware. You see that? It's not toilet seat hardware, guys. That's a two-piece setup. A lot of people that I talk to sometimes, I hear them referring to toilet seat, toilet seat. No, this is not your toilet seat hardware. I'll show you all that in a minute. Um, but it is a two-piece hardware, which makes it a lot more valuable as opposed to your regular one here. See? And then to top it off, we have this guy here. Oh man, this guy here has glass eyes as well. All the mouths look the same except for, let me show you, this one here is really set. You see? That's another little tell that you can see on the newer, more modern 80s, 90s lures. These right here were the earlier 40s, 50s with this type of hardware. Now all of this, I can go back and look through the books and get exact dates and all that stuff if you want to message me and talk about it more, but I'm just giving you a general idea of what to look for when you're out there hunting lures. Let's see. There you go. This is the more modern, more newer one. Next up, there's another one in between, the tack eyes with the plastic eyes. There's these with the glass eyes with the surface hardware. Two-piece hardware. And this is your bar hardware like that. See in line? Now let me see if I can find you guys somewhere around here. I had this guy. So you see between here and here there is these that have the tack eye. You see that? Very different setting for the eye. Glass, they protrude, they stick out. So do the tack eye, but they have a pin. Actually, I believe it's a I can't remember if it's a little brass pin or nail that holds them in place there. These are your later ones, and these are sprayed. The eyes are sprayed, so you know those are more modern. Then comes these guys before they did away with the glass eye. And then there's another thing that I wanted to talk to you about that have to do with variations. See, on Heddon lures, they had a lot of different types of stuff that vary very little bit on them, but it changes, you know, the value of them sometimes. Has a lot of, to do with that. But a lot of collectors might be looking for something different, even though they might already have this color. This is your JRH, which is your redhead frog scale. So we can get that sucker in there. But I'm going to show y'all some little variations that make them different. See this guy here, I'm not sure if somebody replaced the hooks or if it's one of those golden classics, but I think somebody just replaced the hooks with the cheaper hooks. Now let me show you something here. If I don't know if the camera can get it as close as I need it, but if you see that bell hardware on the belly there, see how it sits? And then look at this one, and look at the same thing. This one here on this one here is concave, right there, the setting for the hook hanger. This one's not. It's very different. This one actually sticks off the body. This one right here is into the body. See? This one here is older than this guy here. If the whole bell hardware is sticking out, even though they're both gold eyes, this one was made first and this one was made after. This same thing goes for the tiny torpedoes, which I don't have right here with me, but next time that I make a video, I'll show y'all a bunch of different variations on the torpedoes. Another one of the things that I noticed on these is, if you notice here, this one has a little bit of a scale on the head. No, not this one. This one. Yeah, this one's the one with the. Come on, come on, come on. Let's see if we can make these suckers come on here. See the scale on the red? Right there. Okay. This one doesn't have that. See? So that's another variation. There's a bunch of different variations in the same models. Sometimes a river runt will have a specific color of ribs. You got Lucky 13s that have the same patterns but in different colors, and some of those make big differences when it comes to selling or buying or whatever it is that you're doing. We got a ton of other lures that we can go through, and we can sit here all day and talk, but let me know what y'all want to see and hear about. Whatever brand comes to mind that y'all have questions about and things like that, hit me up. Resources are always on point. We look for as much information as we can about these things. I could sit here with my books and just go all day about specific dates and this and this and that, but I'd like for you guys to also comment about what you want to see, or what if you have a question about a specific lure that you're wondering why it was done this way or that way, or a pattern that you don't recognize. send us a message. We'll be happy to take a look and talk to you guys lures. Talk to y'all later.